What's up, gang? I think we're on part 6 or 7 of the Tapper Restore and part 2 of the art. So we have the front done, and now I have one side done. And I didn't really have any problems with this side. Of course, there's a couple little pieces that have dust underneath, and then you can kind of feel it with your hand, but no air bubbles or anything like that. I did have one kind of snafu right as I got to his face. It kind of just crinkled in on itself, but luckily I had it sprayed with a little bit of water, and I was able to lift it up and it came right out. I did almost have a heart attack right here. It looks like there's a giant bubble or something there, and that's just the art. But turned out okay. And the Bondo all around the corners, both of the back corners look great. Even the front, I mean, every corner, it looks brand new again. It's fantastic. So that turned out well. But let's go ahead, and I need to get the floor cleaned up, and then we'll flip this over and do the other side. We have a little bit of Bondo work to do, just touching up the edges and the corners. I think one of the bottom corners is still pretty bad. We'll do that, and we'll sand it up, and we'll get the other side on. We're almost done. So this is the top side that's closest to me here. I have most of this top side pretty much done. This is the back here. There's a couple little notches. As you can see, most of it is built up. Just need to come this way. Got some over here. Almost everything is good until we get about halfway down here. Now I don't know how well this is filled in. It's not bad. And right in here we have a divot. And this is still pretty good here. And we got that. And then basically it looks like I just splattered on a real thick coat. But it needed it. So we're definitely gonna have to sand a lot of this off. Hopefully it won't be too bad. But I'm gonna show you how to mix it and how I'm getting my good 90-degree edge and how I'm doing my corners and stuff. So give me a second here, and we'll mix up a batch of, I almost called it mortar, of Bondo, and we'll nail this edge down to this bad corner first, and then we'll do the corner. So what we're gonna need is the Bondo itself, which it should come with some hardener. And I need a spreader, and like a little plate, something to stir with, and then I use a razor blade or a knife or something at the end to try to smooth off the edge. I'll show you how to do this. So you pull this main part out, this Bondo out, and it's kind of I wouldn't say wet, but it's you don't have to worry about it drying out at all. Kind of like pudding, I guess. Stiff pudding. So I want to do a whole bunch here. I want to go ahead and attack the corner here, somewhere with a good amount of damage, so we can see the process, or see the progress, I mean. Okay, so once you get some on your plate here, you throw on an extra plate for that guy. This is the hardener that came with it. And once you get this mixed in, you only have 5 minutes or so. No, not even that long. Like a minute and a half, 2 minutes or so to get it put where you want it to put. And then it starts to become too tacky to work with. So I want to show you how much to put on there. Basically, want to put just kind of a stripe across it, and you know, you really don't want to do great big batches of this regardless. I mean, if you had to fill in a big hole, you still kind of want to do it in batches. Just make it like Stripe from Gremlins. And that's about all you need. And take my little stick here. Let me back the camera out. I won't be able to see what I'm doing here. I should have got a little bit bigger plates. So it's gonna be kind of pink, like you can see how the work that I've done, that I've started already. So this is really, really dark pink. So I won't have as much time with this. After you use it, you know, more and more, you'll start to get the feel of your quantities and your substances. Let me get this camera set up a little better. Okay, so what I want to do is, or what I do is, I wipe this way to fill this edge. A little bit more than that. Like that. And then come across. Oh no! Should have went the other way first. Okay, I'll fix that in a second. Okay. Go again. Now I want to go this way. That's what I get for filming and talking and stuff at the same time I was looking at the camera. Okay, get that again. And it will fall that way and just pull off the side there. So another thing that you'll need is a towel to clean up when you put too much there. We want to build up this edge. And we'll have to sand it and come back on another attempt. That was a pretty good one there. That was pretty close. Thought it was a little bit more tacky than it was. Let me get this off of the wheel before it's a problem. It doesn't turn super rock hard super fast. It's just not good to work with after about 2-3 minutes. You can still like wipe it off and stuff. Okay. That's a little better. Try to get some of this here. This is just the building blocks to sand it down to where you want it. That's basically what you're trying to do. Wish I could just get more right in that one spot. As you can see, I'm not the best at this. I'm a little messy. Alright, that's much better. I can just sand that down. Okay, give me a second here and we'll come back when it's a little tackier and try to clean it up a little bit. Okay, it's literally just been like 2 minutes and I'm going to come by. I'm actually going to use my knife. It's a little sharper. And this will just kind of slice right off of here. The excess will. It's a little bit more violent than I wanted it to be. You can see where it's kind of getting crumbly now. I don't really want to take it off the corner, but I want to take this excess stuff back here off. That stuff's just going to be, there's no holes or anything to fill in back there, so it's just going to have to be sanded off, and it's extra work, which I missed there. That'll help that. Yeah, I expected this stuff to be more like peanut butter as the usual consistency I have it. So I expected it to stick to the knife a little bit better, and it did not. There. So now I'm gonna let it dry for about, I don't know, an hour or two or something like that. We'll check it. It's obviously gonna need right on the very tip of the corner. There we go, a little better view. Right here, it's gonna need more, but we're gonna need to sand it down each way. That's a good start, though. It's a process. Okay, time to do a little sanding. This is a little bit too much. Anytime you see it where it's coming out this far, I got it on there a little too much. I haven't sanded it down enough to have to take that much off yet. So I want to take this all the way down until it's at a manageable level. That's a little too thick. Need to come, this way too, on the side like this. Here's our corner we're working on. See if we can, without staring at the garbage. So it's a little higher than we want it, but not much. You can see how it's filling in there. And then, so we're gonna take that down where it's flat, and then we'll see how much we need to get that corner there. This is, hit the button on accident. This is the back corner, so it's not gonna have a lot of eyeballs on it. And this is getting pretty close, but we'll have a much better idea after I go over it with the sander. That front corner's not too bad. So I'm gonna use 120, and then I'm just gonna try to kind of just ride the edge where this thick stuff is. Same thing, this is really what I'm worried about. I'm not worried about it, but the main objective for this round. Just kind of try to do that. That way I don't have an angled end, or this side here ends up deeper. Just want it to kind of be flush. So I'm gonna knock down some of this first before I go hog wild on it. But I'm gonna do that. There's no reason for you guys to listen to me sand. And we'll come back and we'll check it after the 120. So we're gonna use that one. Be right back. So this whole front here, all the way around until we get right in here. I think we have like a little nick, but everything is good to go. Let's see if we can find it here. I have to take that screw out. Yeah, there it is right there. See if we can get a good angle on it. See where it's not perfectly even there. I know it won't be perfect, but you have to shoot for something. So there's another one there. And then you get down here into this corner and it starts getting a little rougher. And this is where we're at so far. Got most of this off of here, that extra. But we're gonna sand it pretty good each step, so that'll come off. See if we can get a good eagle eye view. So it's nice and flush now. Let's see if we can see it from this way. So just a little on that tip there, and that'll be pretty good. And you can see where it's kind of haggard through there, and then it gets a little better. So we'll do another small batch of Bondo, and we'll probably be able to get that. I'd say one more coat or application should get this down here. So let me get that set up. I'll go ahead and mix it since I've shown you guys how to do that now, or since I've gone over it. I'm sure some of you or most of you know how to do it. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and mix it, and then we'll just get started. That way I'm not as pushed for time. I can have the camera already set up. Be right back. Okay, we're a little close. Hopefully this is a little bit better consistency. Yeah, I don't think it is yet. Still pretty wet. We'll just build it up to the point where when it gets a little tacky, we can even it up. And that should, well, take it back. That corner's the hard part. Okay. Alright, that should be good for that. Now, the other thing I want to look at is there's like some little nicks and stuff like this. I'm going to get all those. It's pretty easy. Just barely need anything on there. Get those real fast. Well, I have plenty of Bondo on the plate. Just a couple of them. Now I want to get this edge here. I don't know what you guys can see. I got Bondo on my hands already. And there's probably 101 ways to do this better than what I'm doing. But it is hard to film, educate, and perform at the same time. Not that I'm anyone who really should be educating on this subject, but alright. But it's pretty good on this edge. We're just kind of nitpicking at this point because it's at the bottom. Nobody's really gonna see that. Looking pretty good there. There's a couple spots down here, but I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off before I get Bondo all over my camera. Okay, we are set and ready to go. Our sanding's done, got all that glue off there. Let's take a look at our corner down here. Looks pretty good. It's not perfect down here, but that's at the bottom. We're gonna have the art over it and a T-molding going around it, so it doesn't need to be perfect, and it's in the back. So I didn't want to do another coat of Bondo. I think I did 2 more after I did the last clip. Just could not get it exactly perfect, but like I said, it's, for all intents and purposes, it's good to go. So I've got myself taped halfway up here. And I'm going to do the same thing I always do. Just peel it back and swipe it down. The side art is super easy since there's no containment like there was in the front. I don't really see any point of doing this on film. Really, the hockey game's on, and I'd like to just do it while the game was on. But I have to film. I want to film it because I did the Bondo. I want to do the Bondo and the art in the same video. So it'll just be a minute. Not for you, but for me. But we got it all taped up. I got all the stuff trimmed off. Let me see where we're gonna hit. It's gonna be right here on the edge. So we have it in a good spot. All the way around. Plenty of room with this art. Yeah, from what everybody was saying is this art is horrible, but I'm not seeing it unless it's something that I'm not looking at, like the type of ink on the paper. Like, does this come off with wet handprints or something? I don't know. It seems fine to me. But anyway, I'm gonna watch the end of this hockey game, then I guess we'll be back and we'll throw this on. And the art will be done. Oh, I did start on the back door. We're going to be able to save the back door. It was crummy looking, but I sanded it down and it looks like it's going to be fine. All right, we'll be back in a few. All right, let me get around here on the other side. Let's kick everything. Main thing is I don't want there to be any dust underneath this thing. And since I spent the day sanding, there's probably dust underneath this thing. Let's see how much is on here. Not a lot. Scissors. So we're just gonna peel this apart and then cut off the backing, and then I'm gonna dampen the art itself but not the wood. I did have a little bit of a problem on the other side where the art just did its own thing about halfway through, so I was really glad that I did have a little bit of damp water on there. Come on. It's this backing is just doing whatever it wants to do. Not folding. There we go. Ah, no. That's the kind of problems I was worried about. I don't know why this art is not cooperating. Okay, should be good there. Now I got this on the really light mist. Well, not when I squirt it like that. Of course. This part is easy. There, I had some air bubbles, a lot more than I did in the front, but they all came right out. It was real easy. But like I said, if I didn't have that warm soapy water spray down here, it would have been hell. Ah, there we go. Another spot already. Stupid thing. Okay. Trying to go too fast because the hockey game's on. There we go. That's a little better. Wait a minute here. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, crap. The art has shifted on me all the way over to the right. Damn. All right, crisis averted. I was able to get the art on there just fine. Look at the nice sharp corners we got going on. I've got this on here, saved it, didn't have any problems. I was able, luckily I put just enough water on there to peel it up and start over. And it started to wrap up on me whenever I started to peel it back up. I had a major issue, but it's fine. There's no evidence that happened. I painted the tops and the back. I put the handles back on. And now I'm working on the wiring. And it does look like this isn't going to stay this way, of course. I just have wiring going just so I can see if I have it coming on. And then here is my control panel. I don't have hooked up yet. And I got video and sound down here that I need to hook up. Let's see if I can get this in here in a way we can see. Just do this real fast. Okay, so I think this one is the sound. This is gonna be really hard, because I know I think these pins are bent.
there's a key at the bottom, so that makes it even worse. Okay, got it on there. This video cable. For whatever reason, it doesn't hook to that pin at the top. All right, let's see. I think we're ready. I think we can plug her in. Video plugged in. Everything's good. Having a problem. It didn't boot up, but the reset circuit isn't plugged in, and it says sometimes it won't boot, sometimes it will. Is there supposed to be? There's an LED down there that is not lighting. I'm not getting power somewhere. No video yet, but I'm working on it. But I need to end this video so that we can get something out, and gonna figure out why we're not getting power down there. I'll be right. Well, I'll see you in the next one. These two right here are gonna be ground and 5 volt. So what do we get here? Did I not turn the game on? I didn't turn the game on. I guess that would help. Hang on.
Here it is, a nice little trade. The person I traded got what they wanted, I got what I wanted, and a pretty good deal on it too. Super hang on.
Get what I want.
That comes later.
Yeah.
Okay. It's on fire.
What happened? Whoa.
Lots of smoke.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah, well, thanks for watching.
When you take care of people, people take care of you in this community.
That's the truth.
So everyone, please remember that. Even if we're competitors, we're not enemies.